conversation started, shall we? What up, Fitz?
What up? What up? What up? What up?
What's going on, man? Look at you. Look. You got plants in the background. Look at you, fancy.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. Got to
So
try and keep something alive. You know what I'm saying?
No, I hear you. I hear you, man. So how you feeling this weekend?
Feeling good. Feeling good. Feeling energized. Feeling excited to be here with you guys. Looking at the asparagus sizzle on the stove. You know what I'm saying? J Class thinking about me. I appreciate you, brother.
Man. Oh, I
got you,
I
fam.
know
Got
because you're living that vegan life, man. He's got you covered. But I'm gonna take that steak, right?
You keep the steak. You keep the steak. I'll take the greens.
Steak. So, if you could simply just introduce yourself, who are you, and this creative mind of yours, I want to tap into that for a little bit, just so that people could understand where that creativity comes from.
Okay. So my name is Fitz, aka Jay, owner and operator of Kuture Barbershop in Markham. Now, you ask who I am. I'm someone who's always just creating, always thinking about what silly thing I can do next, what I can create next, what two things I can take and put together. So in regards to that, like, you know me as I used to do music back in the days. I was a music producer, right? So I take my love for music, music creation, art, and I kind of always find a way to kind of weave it into like my social media experience to kind of let let my community know what I'm up to in regards to my barbershop. So I weave them all into each other. You know what I'm saying? Like my art and my work, and my art and my craft.
So I love that mentality, right? Because essentially, you're good at you're good at multiple things, right? But if you think about the skill that you have in terms of just being a barber, the average barber could just sit there and just cut hair all day. But why did you decide to, as you mentioned, integrate and weave in all these different elements? Like, why did you decide to do all that? And I want you to expose all these other things too, right?
It might just be the way that my brain works. My brain is always just thinking of something off the wall. Like I'm always just thinking about something else, and I mean, there are people like that who are always on to the next thing, always thinking about what next they can create. And then there's other people who don't have that creative side to them, but have that structure side to them that can just focus on a task, right? So I'm the type of person that's always just thinking of what's next and what I can do next. And once I start creating something, I move on to something else. And what's great for me is that I have good people on my team that can help kind of like guide and focus the creative side of me to kind of help it be something productive and meaningful in the community.
So I want to just jump in real quick. Sorry, Reg.
Go ahead.
And just kind of speaking of Fitz's sort of musical background and, his time as, he was a DJ on air, on radio, and he's done a bunch of production. Right now in the background, I'm bumping one of his beats, 93 some. And just so y'all know, like he's a man of many talents. And, as a guy, I see Fitz once a week. And I look forward to our time because he's either putting me on game for something that's, wicked in music, maybe a new movie, a new TV show, or some designs that he's working on. So like his brain is constantly moving, and I really find a source of inspiration. Like I bounce off a lot of ideas with Fitz when it comes to my Thursday streams, my Sunday streams, like what kind of music I should be playing. So yeah, it's really nice to be able to share that. And when you're in the chair with a barber, you're there for 30 minutes and you get to know the man a lot. And I'm happy to say that I've been able to get a lot of ideas and inspiration from him. So big up my man Fitz, and this is one of his instrumentals. Let's go.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. I appreciate
that context there, Johnny, because it's important. Like, if you think about Fitz, and man, I'm trying pretending like he's not even here. He's here right now. We're having this conversation with him. But in terms of music production, and obviously you have a passion for music, and it's being on display right now. Like, where would you say that inspiration came from? Right?
Well,
in terms of
for sure, the inspiration for my music came from my father. My father was an avid music lover. I mean, every day it was a thing where he'd be playing music as I was growing up, and it was at the time it was reggae. It was reggae and soul music. So hip hop wasn't something that was in my house until I was old enough to bring it in, right? But it was always a thing where I'm seeing my parents playing music and seeing the energy and the vibe that that they and their friends got from it, and it just automatically just trickled down into me, you know what I mean, and resonated. So it's that love of music just comes from that, just that history and that heritage and that lineage.
No, I love that, and it's amazing how things get kind of passed down, as you talked about. Rest in peace to your dad that recently passed away.
Yes,
My
yes,
condolences
yes.
again to you and your family and whatnot. But if you think about his love for music, his passion for it gets transcended down to you, and that's just his light that's being shined down upon you, right? So, and I loved like the beats that you were able to create and like the team that you had back in the day outside.
Yes,
Remember
yeah.
that
Outside.
Yeah. Outside, bumping those tunes. Yeah, man. So I used to love that, man. And big shout out to Bennett. Bennett showing you love. Talks about Fitz always, giving something to think about. And he's right.
He got hot shot.
Back, cutting hair and being in that barber seat is like a form of therapy because we actually go into deep conversations. As John mentioned, it's about bouncing ideas off of each other. It's a stress relief in terms of, I might be having a bad day and I want to get something off my chest. And it's like that barber has so much responsibility, not just about making me look good and feel good, but mentally you obviously offer another variable to that. So let's kind of talk about that for a bit. I know I rambled a little bit on about it, but what do you think is your duty outside of just cutting hair when it comes to building onto that customer experience that you offer to your customers that come in?
Okay. I look at my duty as a privilege, first of all, to even be where I am, to be in my community, serving my community, right? And I mean, I say a privilege because if they didn't allow me, if my community doesn't allow me to be there, I'm talking about like patronizing my shop, then I can't be there. You know what I mean? And my responsibility, I think, is to kind of offer confidence. Right? Offer confidence and to inspire. And when I say that, I mean, like I do my job, do my best to make sure that people look good and feel good when they leave the chair. But also, when I have the people in the chair, I'm having conversations to kind of see what people are up to. Right? I want to see what they're up to, see what it is that they're dealing with, and find which ways I can help them to maybe get over whatever humps that they're dealing with, whether it be relationship, whether it be like searching for new jobs or anxiety with school. I make sure we have the conversations to kind of help them, help them work themselves through situations to kind of, feel like they have answers when they leave the shop. You know what I mean? So it's not just, talking about basketball. I mean, if we get into talking about basketball, we can sit there and talk all day. You know how I get down. But I definitely want to, feel like there's a reason why people came, and when they left, they said, "Yeah, I'm glad I came." More so than just the haircut.
Man, I love everything you're saying right there, and we have a testimony right here. Sorry, it's messed up on StreamYard where if you have LinkedIn user, that's what it shows up. You just got to change up your profile. But the testimony is this: Kuture is more than a barbershop; it's an experience.
Okay.
And this
yes, I appreciate it.
Absolutely right. Because that's what you offer. Shameless plug right here. This
the Kuture mug.
So, I want people to understand this is Kuture's branding, the hair, right? So he's got a bunch of merchandise that he offers his clients as well, from not just mugs but t-shirts to apparel and so forth. And I want you to tell the people you're inspiring everybody. I mean, even though we're having this conversation right now, but what was the inspiration behind the idea of having this, brand extension to your product?
Well, I guess it was just an outlet for my creativity, for my artistry, right? So, I mean, I'm cutting hair, and I'm also, when I'm not cutting hair, just thinking of ways to create. So, I mean, before the shop, I used to do music a lot more. So that was really my outlet, was doing music. But I I haven't had that outlet that much lately. But even in regards to just like the merchandise, it's really what it is. It's a way for me to just create art and say, okay, this is why I created the art. You know what I mean? Like I take the art and I put it somewhere, and hopefully people resonate with it. You know what I mean? So, for instance, the very first piece that I ever created was just a T-shirt that said "Cut your hair" on it, right?
Yeah.
And I thought that was pretty slick. Right, but it did resonate, and a lot of people liked it. And it's just a simple outlet of creation, right? And then that led to the idea of the hair. People ask me constantly, why do you have a rabbit representing as your logo? And I always say, what rabbit are you talking about? They say the rabbit's right there. I go, I don't see no rabbit. They go, so what is that? So, long story short, we come to find out that it's a hare. They say, why do you have a hare? I said, because I don't cut rabbits. All right. And then they have the aha moment. They go, I never thought of that. Oh, I'm so dumb. And I go, it's okay.
I love
No,
that.
but really, yeah. So the reason I came up with the hair was again, when my first shirt was the Cut Your Hair, which had the name of my shop on it. And I appreciated that, people bought those shirts, and that felt good to know you can create something and people would patronize it. People would find value in it to want to spend their money on it. Right. But what I did feel was that people would buy the shirts and then wear the shirts to their shop. I love that. But I said, what can I create that they would buy it, patronize it, and wear it outside of the shop, wear it somewhere else. So I said, let me create something that can represent the store, but doesn't have the store's name all over it.
Yes.
Right. So the idea of the hair came to me. I cut hair. How did I make it make sense? I said, oh, a hair. Let me create a logo with a hair. So I created an idea, and then I had my good buddy Raymond, Sticks Media, Digital Cubicle.
Shout out to Ray Mac.
He fleshed it out. So I created it, and then I handed it to him, and he just fleshed out the finished product for me. So here we are with the hair logo.
That's
so
awesome.
Yeah. So
the branding is brilliant. It's brilliant.
I appreciate it.
It's clean. It's dynamic, and I love the concept behind just the hair, right? The analogy there. I just want to bring up a comment here from Kevin Sharma. Says that I've always been impressed with Fitz's social media game, videos, marketing, and creativity since he started Kuture.
Sharma, thank you, my brother. I appreciate you.
What up, Sharma?
I appreciate you.
And that's the thing. Everybody recognizes the gift that you have to offer. And again, I like this theme that we're talking about in terms of being uncommon. Because again, you could be like the majority of people that just want to kind of go through the motions of their craft, but you are creating multiple extensions and bringing your brand to life. And as you mentioned, you have that subtlety in terms of the branding elements that you put into your merchandising, that it's not just in your face, but it makes you think about and build that association, right?
Yes, sir.
And even what Sharma said in terms of the social media presence that you have, you're always showcasing that experience from the designs that you offer up your clients, and you put them on display. And I love talking about that community building. What does that community building mean to you personally?
Well, to me, to me, that's a real significant part of what I do. Like I just love and want to consistently kind of include the community in what I do, because like I said, I feel like me being where I am is a privilege, right? And I always want to just show appreciation to everybody for allowing me to do what I do and be where I'm at. And I try my best to kind of shed light on the other people, other small businesses in our community, so that everybody just so people are aware that there's other people doing work to kind of feed their families and show their extension and their expressions of artistry and whatever it is they do. Like for instance, like J Class is DJing and he's cooking right now. That's art. Like that is an extension of his mind right there, creating something, right? And not even just one thing, but then it's the two things at the same time. Is that, what do you call that, ambidextrous?
Yeah.
Right and my
So,
left. My right and my left.
Right. No, I'm just saying though, like, I definitely love keeping the community involved, because I think if we can strengthen our community and have everybody like work together as a community, it'll only help them and help me. Like it'll just, it's just a reciprocal thing. Like it'll just be like growth, external and internal.
no,
That's
I
wicked.
love
Actually,
that.
and
Go ahead.
Fitz, what was the event that I DJ'd for you last year?
August.
Yeah. What was it again?
It was
I can't
the
remember.
it was the 82324 event. That was a fantastic event that
That was wicked.
Brand Sandwich and I put together, and it was all about small businesses and trying to highlight small businesses. So we have the community called the Good Hair Community. What the intention of the Good Hair Community is just to highlight small businesses, artists, people that are up to things in our community, right? So that particular event, what we did was we highlighted, I think it was 24 businesses.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 24 businesses in 24 hours. So just every hour on the hour, we were posting and highlighting a different business. And then to help support that, the most amazing thing was we got DJs to support that. So during that time, my intention was to organize as many DJs as we can to have a different DJ every hour to support. So like for instance, how DJ J Class right now is doing a raid all Sunday. We created a raid train, and I think it was like one of the first raid trains that occurred on Twitch, if I'm not mistaken. It's like one of the first, and I got a lot of help from like for instance DJ Chela Soul played a big part getting me a lot of DJs to help take part in this, and then
Shout out to DJ Chela Soul.
yeah,
bro.
Chela Soul.
Yeah.
He played a big part. Man, he hooked me up with a lot of DJs. You know, he gave me the prospecting, and I just did the cold calls. But it was awesome, man. Chela Soul, thank you so much for that. DJ J Class, again, thank you so much for taking part in that. That you made it big, bro. You made it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And what that even shows is just how community. Once you start working with community, how community can help what it is that you try to do be better than you even thought it could possibly be. Right. So, for instance, there was a DJ in Miami that I asked him, like, I didn't think that he would say yes to helping me do this show, this 24-hour stream. But I liked what he did. I liked his show on Twitch, so I reached out to him, just crossing my fingers. Hey, I'm doing this to support small businesses. Do you think you can help? And he's like, yeah, sure, no problem. So I told him that I'm looking for this many DJs and blah blah blah. I'll be reaching out for DJs. And then like a couple of hours, he called me back and is like, if you need DJs, I have this DJ, this DJ, this DJ, and he just sent me a list of DJs. And I was like, it was a big burden off of me because I was like, where am I going to get DJs to fill up this whole thing? You know what I mean? But I put it out in the air, and I was like, okay, so the job was to work towards the goal, right? And that was a very special weekend. It was so hard. Like, I mean, Brand Sandwich and I put together a lot of work, and it was so hard. But thanks to you guys and all the businesses, all the small businesses that took part in it, you guys made it be a success. So thanks to all the DJs, J Class, Chela Soul, DJ Mateball, Channel 9, Reggae City, DJ Kid Arctic. Who else we had there? DJ Agile, DJ Elegance, Reggae City, DJ Decade, Tony Williams. That was a big deal. I appreciate you guys for that weekend.
Wow, that is spectacular. Just shout out to everybody, as you mentioned, in terms of building that community, giving people a platform. And let's really think about this for like a quick second here. 24 hours. You showcased a small business every hour. So you were up the whole 24 hours?
No. So we did 12 hours, and then the next day 12 hours.
But still, like,
yeah,
that is an amazing feat in itself, right? Just coming up with the concept, the idea, but also the execution, and then leveraging the DJ community and other businesses to really and truly provide a platform to elevate others. And when it comes to servicing others, I really want to talk about this because I feel that a lot of people don't understand the power of what it means to service and do things for others in terms of the dopamine rush that you get once you get, let's say, think about the amount of messages you probably got
No,
back
for
from those
sure.
businesses saying,
For
hey,
sure.
Fitz, thank you for helping me. Let's talk about that. What does it mean to service others? Because I want to inspire and encourage all of us as a community to get together and help each other out.
Well, it the word that you said, it inspires, right? To service others, and when you get it back, it's like you feel inspired to start pushing to do more. Like, for instance, like I can only imagine how you feel right now with your project, the DYOS, and the consistency that you're keeping up with it. I know that you always have a different guest on, shedding different light on different situations and different experiences. And I know a lot of people are like listening into your show and are being inspired, even if it's not by what it is that your guest is talking about, but just the simple fact that you're actually doing what you're doing, right? And it's that is a big thing to kind of keep you going, and I've experienced that as well, and it kind of pushes you to want to keep on doing what you're doing and even doing more. And sometimes even just when you have a communication with a particular guest, it might just bring your whole project into a whole different lane, like a different angle, like just somewhere where you never thought it was going to go, like somewhere you didn't expect. You know what I mean? So it's awesome. It's awesome servicing others because you just never know what you get from it.
That's the piece. And I want to hone in on that for a quick second as well, because what you mentioned is the opportunities that come when you go down that path that you don't even foresee at that point in time. But once you go down the path of servicing others, doors start to open that you never even imagined. You're like, how did I get here? Right? So I love that concept, and I want to engage the community here that's continuously showing you praise, like this one. We found out who the LinkedIn user is, by the way. I looked on my phone. So it is no other than Nicholas Waddell. So he says that Fitz doubles as a psychotherapist. Sit in his chair and be prepared to tell your deepest secrets. So apparently Nick is scared of sock puppets. So, but you know what? He's being vulnerable. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. There's no judgment here. We're all family, right?
Mr. Waddell, what's up, my brother? What's up?
Yeah, man. And then we got Dunya here. She says, individually, we are one drop. Together, we are an ocean. Love that you take time not only to help yourself, but help people come out of their shadows. God bless you, Fitz. So, she's tuning into you for the first time, understanding who you are about, and just feeling the vibe and feeling the inspiration from you. So, Dunya, thank you for that comment. Love that, man. So, and let's another comment. Love this. So, Bennett says, you've done it for such a long time too. You pushed me on the courts and you still push me. You deserve all the recognition, brother. So this is all the impact that you, sir, have created for others. And then Che La Soul says, about this life from time. It's true. And you got a good heart, and that's what people really need to understand about you. You're very, and I'll say this just personally, knowing you're very calm, cool, collected. That's your persona. But I know a lot of people appreciate your heart. They love talking to you because you listen. You don't want to kind of overstep and just go directly to the solution. You really want to absorb it. And I think that's a gift in itself, because not a lot of people have that. A lot of people just say, okay, you have an issue? Okay, here's the solution. No, it's like, I want to listen to all the variables. So appreciate you for that, man.
Mm-hmm.
What I want to know, and I want you to let people know as well, I understand that the pandemic has been hard on everybody, especially for small businesses. What does that mean for you? What other things are you looking to do in order to help be creative and still maintain your brand and your persona?
Well, I mean, through the pandemic and the shutdowns, what I've done is kind of learn more stuff in regards to, say, video editing, graphic design, and I use those things to kind of support what I'm doing with my online presence right now as well. So I don't know if you've seen some of my DJ J class has seen it because DJ J class has been kind of an assistance to it. But even my work with my videos with my Twitch, my online Twitch and my social media on my Instagram, some of the silly videos I put together with me interrupting DJ J class or interrupting Chela Soul's Twitch streams, where people kind of think that I'm actually at their houses. But yeah, just learning different tricks and stuff with the video editing and stuff like that. That's kind of what I've been working on lately, and kind of see where it can take me from, where I can grow from there with it.
Man, that's awesome, and that's the thing. You don't stop creating.
Well, it might be a vice.
It might be a vice, right?
It might be a vice. I might need to stop creating and start working.
No, man. The creating is work. And I think that a lot of people don't understand how much work goes into creating, right? The idea of putting something out there, because I always say that there's a difference between a consumer and a creator, and it's easy to fall into the trap of consuming things because we're all consumers. But there's a difference between actually creating it, putting it out there, being vulnerable to the fact that people are going to take a look at it and naturally judge it, right? But you're overcoming that fear and just putting it out there on display, regardless of what other people think. But
I think that's one of my. I think that might be one of my strengths is not caring what people think, not being afraid to look silly. You know what I mean? Not being afraid to be the weirdo. I think that's kind of one of my strengths, is that it allows me to push boundaries and see where I can go with things, and get the honest feedback. Are you crazy? Are you dumb? Are you? Well, that's amazing. Even in regards to my designs that I do on people's hair, even the way I used to play basketball, very unconventional. You know what I mean? The way I do things is just the way I do things. I'm super unconventional. So even in regards to my designs, people ask me, did you know what you were gonna do when you started? I said I had no clue what it was gonna look like until it was done. You know what I mean? And I'm always happy with how it turns out. But during the process, I'm I don't know where this is going. You know what I mean? But it's just being willing, just be willing to kind of step through doors you don't know what's on the other side of, and find out where you end up.
That's amazing. That's the beautiful part of it. It's seeing what's on the other side, and you would never be exposed to that if you don't do it. You don't put it into action. So what are your last words? What are the last things that Fitz wants to do to inspire people? What's give it your words of wisdom that you want to spread to the world right now?
My words of wisdom right now, the only thing I could say is just do it. Just do it. Whatever it is that you were thinking of doing, just do it. You know what I mean? Even me, I live by that. I have to live by that. I have to kind of have that resonate and live with me. Whatever it is you're thinking of doing, just do it, and everything will fall into place. So that's my words of wisdom right there. Just do it. I know a lot of people are sitting down listening right now and thinking to themselves, when I say just do it, they know, there's some things I got to be doing right now. Just do it.
Right. And that's the thing, the ones that are tuning in right now, we appreciate all of you for tuning in to this amazing conversation. It's truly inspirational to me. I respect Fitz just as a person, as a brother, and I enjoy just watching everything that you do, man. And
you said, that's yeah, you do the same for me. I watch you and I admire you, and I'm like, this is awesome. Okay, first of all, let's just take this back a bit. I don't really watch people on social media and get oh, I wish I could do that. I wish I can do that. But when I watch you do a muscle up, I get so mad. I get so mad. I get so mad. I'm how could this guy do a muscle up? No, but for real.
That's inspiration right there.
No, yeah.
Listen, that's the power of editing, bro. Power editing. That's the magic behind it.
Mm-hmm.
The muscle up it's a mind hack. It's a mind fuck. Excuse my French, but man, it took me a year to get to that muscle up, man. Much
No,
love.
I look at it and I go, oh, this guy.
You know me. You know me. John Claude Van Damme movies I had to watch and Rocky, like just as inspiration to get me there. Man, it took a lot.
No,
So
but
I appreciate.
but really, no, good for you though. Like what I'm saying is that I see the work that you're putting in regards to say the fitness. You know what I mean? And in regards to this project you're doing right now, don't think it goes unnoticed. Like it inspires me. It inspires me to keep doing what I do, for sure.
No, man, I appreciate you for saying that, man, because nothing is possible without working with others. That collaboration and it's that energy that I feel that people kind of dismiss. Like if you think about what you just said in terms of what I do for you in terms of inspiration, it's the same thing that could be said for DJ Class. Like when I saw what he was doing on Twitch and the platform that he has, the community that he's built, I'm like, dude, this guy's DJing and cooking at the same time. People can't even cook. People can't even play music, but he's doing these two things. It's nuts.
Because he's
And I'm like,
ambidextrous.
yeah. But no, man, the same thing goes for you. So I appreciate you. So one last comment that I want to say out here, and it comes from Jane, and she says, Fitz, glad to meet you today and hear your story that inspires and helps others. Thank you kindly for being a good, soulful human.
Thank you, Jane.
Now, I put in the ticker where people could find you on IG. Is there anywhere else where people could find you?
Well, you can find me at the same at Kuture Life handle on Twitter, at Kuture Life on Twitch, twitch.tv/Kuture Life, and Instagram and Facebook. It's the same handle all over.
All right, man.
And if you want to see what the hair products are all about, when I say hair products, I'm talking about with the t-shirts and whatnot. You can go check it out on couture.ca/apparel. So all that will be there. Yeah.
Check out Fitz, guys. Please add him to IG. Please check out his apparel and merchandise. Trust me, he offers up an amazing experience for all of his customers. So we want to thank you, sir, for sharing your story, sharing your heart, sharing your vision, and just love everything that you're doing.
No, man, I appreciate you for having me. And